Hi everyone, my name is Raziel Kane and welcome to my review of WFC Cybertron Kingdom. Not gonna lie to you, I tried to do this unscripted and it was terrible. So I wrote a little something that I'm just gonna read to you, so I'm not gonna look at the camera the whole time. Judge me if you want, but I'm a script guy, and this will be a more concise review. WFC Cybertron Kingdom is my favorite of the three seasons. FJ DeSantos absolutely delivers on his promise. It's an amazing finale to this trilogy. I'll try not to spoil anything, but I can't promise. Story-wise, it's perfect. I mean, for this trilogy, it's a perfect ending. It's still a slow-moving story, and the pacing of the speech is drawn out too much, but the story itself is original. We're not reinventing the wheel, but it still takes some twists from the originals and makes it its own story. It starts with a twist on the relationship you would expect from the descendants of the Transformers, where you would expect the Maximals to revere the Autobots and the Predacons that would distrust the Decepticons, but it's the other way around. And you do find out the reason why it's reversed, and for this timeline, it makes sense. The Maximals and Predacons do not come from the utopian future with no war until Beast War Megatron steals the Golden Disc, but rather from a dystopian future where they are living on a dead Cybertron under the constant fear of Galvatron and Nemesis Prime. And it works. It gives a boost to an otherwise plain story we've experienced with Siege and Earthrise. The goals of the Maximals and the Predacons are almost exactly the same as the Autobots and the Decepticons. I wish they would have been more different, that they would have a bigger agenda, but in the end, they are plot devices to further the same goal, restore Cybertron. That being said, I still love their interactions with their ancestors. One thing I found odd in the story, twice they destroyed information that they could have used, since information to me is usually good to further one's evolution or prevent the mistakes of the past. But in this show, they destroyed data a little too easily. I wish they would have found a better way to deal with the situation. Now for characterization, Optimus is still his non-believable self. Sorry, but it's the only failure of this whole trilogy. He doesn't rise to the challenge, or I don't feel that he does. The impersonator they chose to voice him does not trigger any emotional response in me. It falls flat. And this will be my only negative, true negative comment about this show. There's stuff I'll agree with, stuff I'll disagree with, but Optimus really is my only negative thing in this show. Lately, I've been really trying to be a more positive version of myself. G1 Megatron keeps his narrow vision of things until the very end. He remained a single-minded, brutal self. I think throughout the whole series, he's the true plot device, since we find out most of the Kingdom story revolves around what he might become. By the end of the show, I think the one who rose above his past self is Bumblebee. He took the role trusted onto him and ran with it until he did what he was meant to do. This version of Bumblebee gave it his all and shined throughout the series. Starscream's arc is my favorite, going from his scheming, manipulating, selfish self to a doomsayer no one believes was amazing. He saw the errors of his ways and tried to fix it, only to fall on dead ears. It's sad, but it works. Beast Wars Megatron is not what I wanted, but he works in this story. The goal this show gave him made sense, and it was a good one. The voice was a poor choice, but the actor did a good job for the new version of the role he was given. Optimus Primal grew on me. I didn't like him at first, but by the end he was a closer version of the original. Eraser, as you know, is my favorite Beast Wars characters, and in this show she's still my girl. Her and Black Arachnia, just like all the female in this trilogy, are the strong point of this series. They both have great voice acting and are true homage to the originals. The rest of the Beast Wars characters all feel like themselves. The voices are better matched to the originals than Siege and Earthrise voices were. Rhinox is the true hero of this show, saving both the Ark and the Allspark with his genius mind. Seeing him interact with Ratchet and Wheeljack was a high point for me. I love me some good brain. And the rest of the Decepticons and Autobots, they could have been a little more present, like Sideswipe, who only spoke one phrase, I think, within 6 episodes, when he mentioned the name Sunstreaker. They could have had a little more text. From the trailer, you already know that Galvatron and Nemesis Prime are back, and I think they were used properly in this story, with Unicron in the shadows. Their relationship is a terrifying one, and I loved it. So there you go. That was my quick review of Warfare Cybertron Kingdom. I know I've spoiled a couple things. I apologize, but I just want to talk about this stuff so much right now. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. Leave a comment. Let me know if you disagree or agree with me, but, stay nice. And remember, nothing in life gives you the right to be an asshole. Take care.